All right, we are back for part 6 of Kathy Reign 2, resuming right now. So the Heart of Hearts Club should be open. I think we go directly there.
Membership card, please.
Oh, shoot. I must have forgotten that.
No card, no entry. I'm going to have to ask you to leave, ma'am.
Oh, crap. We know that Meadow loves that club, so maybe we check with her.
Oh, God. That thing is hideous.
Enter. Hello again, love. Oh, come join us.
Oh, evening, girls. Wow. Isn't this quite the crowd?
Hey, Kathy. Meta was just doing my reading.
This gal right here, her chakras are off the charts.
I'm well aware of those chakras of hers. Can I talk to you guys for a sec?
Sure. It's not like we're offended by your biker smell or anything.
Huh. That's good, I guess. I went to the Club of Hearts. You neglected to mention that it's members only, Meadow.
Oh, silly me. Well, it's members only.
Well, duh. So, you're a member?
Sure am. Got the card and everything.
Neat. Any chance I could borrow that membership card? Just for tonight, I promise.
Oh, I'd lend it to you, but I wouldn't want your chakra to get all over it. No offense.
You're killing me. Not this again. I took that photo you wanted. What's next? Dance like a fucking poodle?
Oh, wow. So much rage. This is the root of your problem, love.
She is right, you know. You need to learn how to handle your anger, Kathy.
Oh, geez, not you too. Well, fine. What can I do to fix my chakras again?
There isn't enough green in your life. I need you to bathe in green and immortalize it in a photo.
Bathe in green? I guess I'll go and try to figure out what the hell that means.
That's the spirit.
Do you know who Tabitha Caldwell is?
Nope, but I wish I did. Great name.
Is there anything else? Well, we already asked her. I'm wondering if we would get anything different just because Eileen is here, but maybe it's a dangerous assumption. We already have that photo. We already showed her the mirror.
I don't want to show that to them. I don't want to show that to them.
Anything else that we can think of? I genuinely can't. I feel like we have already done this.
What do you make of this?
Oh, my goodness.
What?
Right.
This is...
Yeah,
Whoa. Is that what I think it is?
Yep. Found it at one of the crime scenes.
Impressive. And scary. Be careful out there.
I'll do my bestie, but no promises.
that might have been a combination of what happened when Kathy showed it first to Eileen and then later to Meadow. I don't remember.
Do you want this back?
You should hold on to it.
Yeah, we've had that conversation. All right, I think this is everything.
Catch you later, girls. I have places to be.
See you.
Take care, Kathy.
Now, actually, I do have an idea about bathing in green, because if you guys remember, when we were just driving here, the other location we could go to was downtown. And I was thinking to myself, do we have anything to ask the dealer about? No. But now that she wants us to bathe in green, assuming that she means that literally, remember that the crosswalk? And I was like, why can you push this button? You don't need to cross the street in order to leave this scene. I think that's it. I think we turn the light green. But while we're here, Lionel, I can't remember this guy's name.
Hey, hey.
Back again, huh? What's happening?
I don't need to ask him about that. I don't need to ask him about that. I don't need to ask him about that.
Okay. It's funny every time. I can't imagine that he's going to want to know too much about these things, but you never know what's going to yield a lead.
I don't want to show that to him. I don't want to show that to him. I don't want to show...
Okay, and then the only other thing would be the notes.
I don't want to show that to him.
And just in case, we'll try the second note.
I don't want to show...
Okay, I can't think of a single thing then to talk to this man about.
That's it. Later, Lionel.
Until next time, hot stuff.
All right, so let's have our inventory open, although my memory from the first time that we did it is that we have several seconds.
My Michiru instant camera. It's loaded with plenty of film.
Okay, thank you. Hold on.
I guess that could work, but I should probably put on the pendant first.
Damn it.
What the hell is that, girl? You trying to get mugged?
Oh, shut up. I'm just doing this to get this weirdo to give me a thing.
A thing? Uh-huh. I think someone's got the hots for a hippie.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
It's all good, girlfriend. You're hardly the first to humiliate yourself for some Class A poontang.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, I think my boy JC will stay clear of this one. I doubt he'd like the thing very much.
Butt's getting all wet. Okay, hold on. So let's do it in order. Let's hit the button. Then we'll put on the pendant. And then we'll take the picture.
Yes, that should be it. Time to get this back to Meadow.
Yeah, that's stuck in my memory because the lighting is so vibrant in this whole scene. What are the odds that she also doesn't want this photo?
Enter. Now that's what I'm talking about. Isn't that much better, love?
Sure. Got that chakra all sorted out. Wasn't humiliating at all or anything.
Here you are, as promised.
This card has got your picture on it.
Well, of course. What did you expect? It's my card.
Ugh, seriously, how do you expect me to enter the club with this?
Plastic surgery, maybe? And a wig?
Ugh, great plan. I'll get right on that. Maybe start by sticking my head in the oven to melt my face off.
Now, I'm sure you'll figure something out.
Thanks for lending this to me.
You're quite welcome. Have fun at the club.
Yeah, why am I holding it out? I don't want to give it back to her.
Do you want to see the photo I took when I, realigned my chakras?
Oh, no need. That photo was for you, not me.
You guys, this woman is so full of shit. Like, she really sets me off. We're gonna move on, though. So, now I'm out of ideas because I don't know what to do with the card that has her picture on it. I keep thinking there's gotta be some significance to the fact that Eileen's here, and yet we can't talk to Eileen, as far as I know.
This incense here is, pungent.
Thanks.
Sure.
Smelling salts.
Uh-huh. What's that glowy thing on...
Don't worry about that.
Why is Eileen here? I mean, aside from having more Eileen in the story, what... The thing is, we can't interact with her at all that I can think of. We can drag this onto her.
Do you want to see the photo I...
Oh, no.
Hold on. So we can't drag this onto them. And if we exit the conversation, we exit the trailer.
Catch you later, girls. I have places to be.
See you. 'Yu. 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 '
Okay, Kathy, ideas?
It's Meadow's membership card for the Club of Hearts. It has her photo on it.
Wait, we have the laminator. Remember the laminator? It was not the solution to how to dose the cigarettes, but it's what she uses for fake IDs. And we have 2 pictures of Kathy.
It's a plastic laminator. All right, the card is placed in the laminator. I can now use the machine to attach something to it.
So we need a new photograph, and we've got this one, and I think that the one in regular daylight is probably going to be better. I also bet that we cut it out with the scissors.
All right, I've cut my face out of the photo. Now what? All done. Hopefully this is good enough to fool that bouncer at the club. It's Meadow's membership card for the Club of Hearts. It has my photo on it.
Yeah, Meadow, good luck getting my photo off of it. Oh, tee-hee-hee. Oh, did I forget to mention that I was going to permanently modify your card? Oh, well, I'm sure you'll figure out something, Meadow. Bye. And then Meadow can go have her own adventure game on how to fix her card.
Membership card, please.
Here you go.
Thank you. Enjoy the Club of Hearts.
And I'll leave you with these parting words. What is in a name? Only words spoken, written, yet a soul defined. Thank you.
Who knew librarians had leisure time?
I also notice art is right here, which means that I want to see what we can learn about this space without drawing his attention.
I already got in. I shouldn't push my luck.
Hannah, do I know a Hannah?
Hannah?
All right, move along. Madame Verdue doesn't want to be disturbed.
Oh, but I just need a quick word.
Yeah, you and everybody else. Unless she asks for you, it ain't gonna happen. Feel me?
All right, fine, relax. I guess I'll have to try and attract attention somehow.
Attention from who, Kathy? Hannah Verdue or the bouncer? Or the bodyguard? It seems to me like you've got a 2 out of 3 chance of getting this very wrong. I was not thinking Hannah Verdue. Or more specifically, we haven't gotten a lot of just calling her Hannah. Oh, we're going to have to do a set at the mic, something to draw her attention there, something that's not going to get us kicked out.
Ah, guess the name is a card game pun. Maybe this place used to be a casino or something. Serious-looking security guard. I better not get on his bad side.
Okay, we're going to have to interact with the bartender, and this is going to catch Art's attention. He's going to know we're here, assuming that he doesn't already.
No time for drinks. I'm here on business. Ah, geez, here I was having a semi-good time, and who is here to ruin my day?
Rain, you conniving schemer. Conned your way in here, did you? There's no way in hell you're an actual member.
I haven't the faintest idea of what you're talking about, buddy. I've been a proud patron forever.
Don't bullshit a bullshitter, Rain. I could rat you out, but luckily for you, I respect the hustle.
Well then, fellow hustler. Want to chat for a minute?
No, why not? I'm bored anyway. Everyone's too chicken to go up on stage.
I feel like it is not in our best interest to talk about any of these things, and yet, video game.
So that pyre angle, huh? Pretty interesting.
You caught up, huh? Well, you know the drill. I ain't saying squat about the case.
So, Hannah Verdue, got any juicy gossip to share?
Well, you know, dude looks like a lady. Can't get much juicier than that.
I guess I walked into that one. I only have myself to blame for expecting you'd have anything substantial to add.
Sucks to be you, Rain.
So, what do you think of this place?
It ain't bad. I first came here for work when I was covering the arts beats, and I grew fond of the place.
Poetry is your jam, huh? I honestly find that a bit hard to believe.
Believe what you will. I don't give a crap what you think.
I should probably keep that to myself. I don't want to give Art free information. He's competition after all.
And this would probably fall under the exact same category. This is something that we know that we would not expect Art to have in this information.
I should probably...
Yeah.
I don't want to ask him about that. I don't want to ask him about that. I don't want to ask him about that.
Okay, what do you want to ask about? The banner?
I should probably go look at the poster first.
Darn it.
How are the drinks here?
Well, they're not worth the price, I'll say that much.
I don't want to ask him about that.
And I feel like we're only inviting him to be a real jerk about Hannah again.
So, Hannah Verdue.
Well,
Yeah.
I guess
sucks to be...
We've heard his hilarious comment. Let's go look at the poster.
I'm gonna go mingle. See you around.
Later.
Open mic haiku night, huh? Looks like anyone can go up on stage and perform. Hey, one more thing.
Yeah?
Open mic tonight, it seems. How does one write a haiku anyway?
Well, lass, Mr. Hopkins is about to teach you a little something about poetry. 3 stanzas, 5 syllables, then 7, then 5 again. Rain is a dummy, whereas Art is a shrewd man. Universe aligned. 5, 7, 5.
Alright, let's see. Receding hairline, arrogance personified. It's Art Hopkins, folks. 575.
Yeah, you got it. You should definitely go up on stage tonight. I could use some schadenfreude.
I'm gonna go mingle. See you around.
Later.
I feel like I just hit the mic, like we just do it, right? I would definitely not want to do this without having something in mind. Oh no. 575, but how do you know how many... Wait, modify poem. Okay, so you can edit it as you go. Got it. All right. So my problem is I don't think that I know a whole lot about Hannah. She seems to be a little bit of a mysterious person. We know that she's an heir to a fortune and that the Club of Hearts is linked to possibly the distribution of Pyre, and that's really what we've got. Numbing pills is 3. Broken minds, throbbing pains, shattered walls. Stand proud. That's a weird phrase. Outside the bounds. Turmoil roars. Chaos. Feels so right. Shattered walls stand proud. Outside the bounds, turmoil roars. Chaos feels so right. I don't know. That feels good to me. Recite.
Shattered walls. Stand proud. Outside the bounds. Turmoil roars. Chaos. Feels so right.
Too little humanity in that one.
You ain't lying.
Too little humanity. Okay, let's go with throbbing pains. Cut deep. Struggling through pain. Pieces found? Freedom. Here at last.
Robbing pains. Cut deep. Struggling through pain. Pieces found. Freedom. Here at last.
I felt like it was missing that human connection.
Preach.
Human connection. Okay. Beating hearts. Run wild. Amid self-doubt. Lover sigh. Passion. Feels so right.
Beating hearts. Run wild. Amid self-doubt. Lover sigh. Passion. Feels so right.
That felt confined. Poetry should challenge and break boundaries.
Word.
Okay. So I feel like we're close. Maybe it's the passion feels so right is a little bit tame. Passion such a high is less restrained. Amid self-doubt, hearts unite. That's less restrained. Let's try that.
Beating hearts. Run wild. Amid self-doubt. Hearts unite. Passion. Such a high.
A little too safe and conventional, maybe?
Facts.
So she wants something that's very human and also not restrained. Numbing pills. Numbing pills go hard. As passion flares, hearts unite. That's some humanity, right? And then chaos, such a high. Let's try that.
Numbing pills. Go hard. As passion flares, hearts unite. Chaos. Such a high.
Oh, just lovely. It had it all.
Indeed. Felt that one.
Who is she? Get her up here.
For sure, boss. Hey, you.
Yes?
Madame Verdu would like to speak to you. Have a seat.
All right, great. Thanks.
Hello, darling. Why, aren't you a doll?
I might be a doll, but don't you get any ideas about playing with me?
Oh, what a breath of fresh air. This place usually reeks of sycophancy. It gets tiring, you know.
I can imagine that.
Anyway, I just wanted to say that your performance was nothing short of divine. Well done.
Thanks. I've never written a poem before, so there's that.
Incredible. And you went up on stage just like that.
Well, I needed to get your attention. I've been told you have information I need.
That's so. A woman on a mission, are you? I'm eager to learn more.
Let's ask about the environment first, just because I don't want to waste your time, and at the same time, if we skip straight to Pyre, that might just get us roughly escorted.
This is a nice place you've got here.
Thank you, darling. It's just a little pet project of mine. I've always been fascinated by language. And in my opinion, there is no purer form of language than poetry.
No need to ask about that. No need to ask about that. Your bodyguard is pretty intimidating.
Oh, Lee, he may look like a killer, but he's a sweetheart. He's been with my family for a long time.
So, what's your deal, Hannah? You come from a wealthy family, right?
Oh, how dull. I've enjoyed our little foray so far, and this is my leisure time. Let's not turn this into a boring interview.
I do feel then that we get to it.
What do you know about the soothsayer?
I don't know much about the murders, but as a person with an ear to the ground culturally, I've noticed a shift.
Yeah? In what way?
People are more nervous, distrustful, on edge. The subject matter expressed on stage has been darker, too.
Yeah, I can see that. Serial killers tend to put a damper on things. What do you know about scrying mirrors?
Nothing much. I was acutely ignorant of them until the soothsayer brought them into the limelight.
All right. I don't know how long we have to talk with her, so...
Pyre. Someone told me that you might be able to get that?
Ah, a fellow connoisseur. Sorry to disappoint, but I haven't been able to procure Pyre. Not for a lack of trying.
Damn. Well, if somebody like you can't get it, it's gotta be impossible.
I never claimed to have superpowers, darling. But from what I have gathered, a curious nameless duo is behind Pyre. A man and a woman.
Interesting. What can you tell me about them?
Very little. The man is supposedly tall, bold, and an intimidating figure. The woman stays in the background, from what I understand. There are rumors circulating about their unusual behavior, too. Apparently, they are quite picky with their clientele, conducting some sort of interviews to separate the wheat from the chaff.
Strange. How close have you come to tracking these people down?
Not very. My best lead is a graffiti artist by the name Faze. That's Faze.
Okay. What's his deal?
Well, the word on the street is that he had direct contact with the Pyre dealers. And his experience with Pyre had a profound effect on him. Supposedly, he's quite obsessed with it.
I see. Know where to find him?
Alas, I don't.
Well, this is still very useful information. Thanks.
All right. I thought that Pyre was more closely associated with the Club of Hearts. Apparently, Hannah can't get it, which, again, makes it interesting that apparently Pyre is given away for free to junkies, but not to anyone that asks or wants it.
Do you know Deborah Sinclair?
Of course. Lovely woman. She will be missed.
You knew her personally, I take it?
A little, but I wouldn't call us more than acquaintances. She was fascinated by my journey to become a woman, though. He even considered writing a book about the subject.
Oh, interesting. Could that have been what her next novel was about?
I doubt it. Last I heard, it was some story about a mental institution. but I don't know the details.
I wonder if it was inspired by Rose Taylor. It's an odd coincidence otherwise, and I don't think Kathy Rain believes in coincidences.
Do you know anything about the young woman who was burned to death by the soothsayer up on Constance Hill?
One thing comes to mind. Have you read up on the history of Constance Hill?
I've been meaning to.
Well, in the old days, that place was a famous site for burning witches at the stake.
Oh, right. Doesn't the name itself come from some woman who died there too?
Yes, Constance Phillips. She was one of the last women executed for witchcraft in America.
Interesting. So it would seem that Jane Doe met a similar fate.
Sadly, yes.
Do you know anything about Benedict Townsend, the deacon killed by the soothsayer?
Honey, men of the cloth and I run in different circles, to say the least.
Are you familiar with the King of Kings Catholic Church?
Never heard of it.
What do you know about Eric Holloway, the second soothsayer victim?
Nothing much. I'd just be regurgitating common knowledge.
No, see, she knew a lot about Jane Doe, so we definitely want to ask about every single one now. You just never know what she's going to be educated about. And I have doubts that she wouldn't have heard of a cathedral in the town, in the city limits. She's a wealthy, well-connected socialite. It seems like really never come up supporting the churches. We'll move on, but I don't think that I believe her on that.
What do you know about Rose Taylor, the first soothsayer victim?
Nothing revelatory, I'm afraid. Just what we've all read in the papers.
So there's no connection she's aware of to the mental institution and Deborah Sinclair. That's really interesting that is allegedly the topic that Deborah would be writing about next. The only other thing that we heard was from the superfan who said that it was not going to be a sequel to anything.
Do you know the Azure Sky Motel?
Never heard of it.
Yeah, see, that I would believe. Just some random motel, that I would understand. But like a local religious institution, you'd think they do charities and other things. It's just...
Does the name Rachel Wang mean anything to you?
No. I have no recollection of that name.
Do you know who Tabitha Caldwell is?
No. I'm not familiar with that person.
If she doesn't know anything about Rose, hey, do you know about some random patient from Engstrom that was discharged an unknown period of time ago?
We don't need to talk about that.
No. I don't know what she would possibly have to say about, like, Obsidian Shard.
I don't want to share that with her.
Yeah, and this flyer isn't going to mean anything to her.
What do you know about scrying mirrors?
Nothing much.
What do you think of this photo?
I don't want to share that with her.
And then she's Hannah Verdu. There are no T's in that name, but...
I don't want to share...
Right. And then we could threaten her with scissors or show her our awesome newspaper articles. I think we're done here. And I just want to note, Art listened to every single word of this.
All right. I have places to be. See you around.
Enjoy the rest of your night, darling.
All right. I think I've got what I needed from here. Time to head back, but I'll stop by Lucas's place on my way home.
Wish I could have seen that performance. Never figured you for the artistic type.
When there's this much money on the line, my type tends to be of the flexible variety.
Wow, sounds like it paid off. This Verdu person give you some good info, right?
Oh, you betcha. Let's talk. So, Rose Taylor, I've made a little progress, but I was hoping for more.
All right. If you want, we can try to untangle it together.
Well, okay. Apparently, she was fired for screwing a patient, but that person is no longer at the facility for reasons unknown.
That would explain the failed marriage. She's caught in the act, they fire her, the husband files for divorce?
Makes sense. And then sometime after that, she's murdered in the azure sky by this lover of hers, possibly?
If the husband was cleared, this paramour, if released at the time, would certainly be a prime suspect, yes.
Surely the KPD must have been swarming him like flies on a turd then.
Indeed. My source at the KPD said no arrests yet. So either patient X isn't our guy, or he's a slippery fuck, and they simply don't have enough on him.
Okay, good to know. This pyre business is just getting stranger and stranger.
Yeah? How so?
I learned today that the dealers don't just give out the drug for free. Their clientele has to pass some sort of test first.
Yes, I've heard those rumors too. The drug dealers quiz the junkies before they get a fix. Bizarre.
Bizarre indeed. This is looking more and more like organized experiments.
I agree. It seems like these dealers are carrying out a deliberate plan. The question is, was murder always part of that equation?
Yeah, that's the million-dollar question.
I did want to note that FaZe, I'm pretty sure, was the name that was written on the side of the garbage can out at Constance Hill.
Do you happen to know a lady by the name of Caldwell?
No. Should I?
If you're interested in solving the soothsayer case, yeah.
Bold words. Care for a trade?
Maybe. Let's keep talking and we'll see. Have you been able to learn anything about the people behind Pyre?
Nada. They're a fickle bunch. You?
I did hear that it's supposed to be a man and a woman working together.
Small progress, I suppose.
Does the name FaZe mean anything to you?
It does, actually. Do you have his real name?
Nope. I just found out that he existed an hour ago.
Then I'm one step ahead of you on that one. Quid pro quo?
How about Caldwell for FaZe?
Deal. You first.
Fine. So there's this old African-American lady, Tabitha Caldwell. She owns a flower shop, Tabby's Garden. She was fingerprinted in the 1960s for some stupid, harmless crime. Now get this. Her prints ended up on an obsidian shard that I picked up in Deborah's cabin, right next to where the last murder occurred.
Holy moly, is our killer an old lady florist? Sounds pretty far-fetched. But maybe that's how she's been able to evade the authorities.
My thoughts exactly.
Well, don't leave me hanging. Have you followed up yet?
We'll get there. Your turn.
All right. FaZe's real name is Corey Finnegan. He's one of those underground anarchist types. A junkie graffiti artist with no fixed address. His name kept popping up when I was doing research on Pyre. Supposedly, he's met the dealers in person.
Nothing new to me except his name. Surely the bombshell I just handed you is worth more than that.
I'll tell you what. I got a few contacts looking for Finnegan. If I hear anything about his whereabouts, I'll let you know.
All right, Tabitha. I went to her shop, and I shit you not, she's got actual obsidian mirrors for sale right up front.
Whoa. Either we found the most arrogant killer of all time, or...
These were accidental prints left on mirrors that the soothsayer bought from her at some point.
Did you confront her?
No, I didn't want to tip my hand so soon. I plan to follow up on my other leads first.
Good idea. Even if she's involved in the murders, you need a stronger case to hand over to the KPD. Lots to think about.
And I just want to note, I'm thinking that that might be the unhoused person that grabbed Kathy Rain and she stun-gunned him. Maybe that person is a nobody that will never come up again, but that was a very memorable encounter that just happened to be next to the trash can that I thought said FaZe, and Kathy has not confirmed or denied that, so maybe I'm making that up in my head. I think we've already asked about everything in the room unless there's something new. So then we can look through our own inventory.
We already discussed that. I don't want to ask him about that.
And he's not going to care about the chakra pendant.
I don't want to ask him about that. I don't want to ask him about that.
Here's one of the mirrors.
I don't want to ask him about that.
Really thinking about showing. Oh, we did get the second note.
Someone keeps leaving me these weird-ass notes.
Bizarre. I can't make much sense of this.
I think that's it. I don't have anything else to show him or ask about that I know of. I can show him my scissors and the first note again.
Okay, that should be everything.
Understood. I'll be up for a while longer if you come up with more things to discuss.
Great. I'll keep that in mind.
I think that's it. I did want to look at the note again, just in case now the language, because I don't remember exactly what it said. It had some kind of vague reference to the Club of Hearts, I thought.
The Queen King of Two Suits longs for human connection and non-conformity, yet is caught in a painful loop of self-destruction. T. Huh. That sounds like Hannah Verdew. Curious.
Yeah, the Two Suits is the Queen of Clubs. The Queen King is a not particularly subtle or appropriate reference to the fact that Hannah is trans. And then the rest of it might have been a clue for... I bet it was supposed to be a clue for the haiku. Yeah, I worked my way out just by how she responded to it, but I think that we were supposed to take that language and look for matches in the haiku language. Like the different options that we had. I think that's it.
All right, that's all I had for today. Same time tomorrow?
Sure, but I might be a bit late. There's this place I'm scoping out. But you know, for a non-team, we're not doing so bad, are we?
Huh. I guess not. Goodbye, Lucas.
Bye, Kathy.
Hey, you little menace. Miss me? You better. Ugh, what now?
Hey, how about that drink? Beautiful.
Jesus, Josh, buddy, it's late. Maybe another time, all right?
You know what I fucking think?
Nope, but I have a feeling you're gonna tell me.
There's never gonna be a fucking another time, is there? You'll just keep squeezing whatever you can out of people. It's what you do.
Let's talk about this when you're sober. You need a bed, Josh, not more drinks.
Why? You got one, yours available? It's the least you could do, seeing as what your little fucking stunt cost me.
What are you babbling on about? The fingerprint thing?
Yeah, they suspended me. Why do you think I'm shit-faced like this? I aced up my ass, and those bastards want to make an example out of me. I could lose my job.
Shit, that sucks. But I didn't force you to do anything, did I?
That's so... so easy for you to say. You knew I still got a thing for you. You knew you could use me. Like you use everyone.
You've known me since high school, Josh. I've always been a bitch. Miss a fucking memo?
I guess it seemed like you changed. I don't know why.
People never change, Josh. They just get better at hiding their inner asshole. Go home before I call some actual cops. Christ almighty, what a train wreck. Time to get our asses to bed, Mildred. That doesn't seem to matter right now.
Okay.
Saturn and Venus, they're impossibly large. This can't be right. The city of Gleam. The place I'm terrified I'm meant to be. Ugh, what's burning? It stings my eyes.
My name is a room.
Oh my god. Are you Jane Doe?
That's not my name. My name is a room.
I don't understand.
You will. When you reach our house, you will.
All right, time to track down Corey Finnegan.
All right, let's see what we can find about Corey Finnegan, but before we move forward, I just wanted to say about that interaction with Josh. I don't remember Josh from the first game. He seems like a new character, somebody that Kathy's known from the past. I can only go based on the interaction that we saw them have in Kathy's office earlier, and I didn't see or hear Kathy do anything that indicated to that guy that there was more on the table than, can you run this fingerprint for me since you have nothing to do with this case? It would really help me out. I didn't hear her promise or even insinuate anything beyond that, so for him to show up and say, oh, you played me, and what was weird about it is having her sort of like indicate by omission, well, you know, I've always been a bitch or whatever it is that she said. You know, what did you miss the memo? What are you talking about, Kathy? I didn't see that. That was a really weird interaction between the two of them. Josh, I asked you to help me out with the case. You did so. As Kathy pointed out, she didn't force him to do anything, which was another kind of a weird thing. She asked a friend to help her out. He did. Apparently he was so sloppy about it that he got himself suspended. I guess I don't know the rules for his precinct, but it seems to me like showing up with evidence pertinent to a case might be a good thing for him in his career. Maybe he didn't report it promptly. I don't know. I can't speculate about that guy. But that accusation that he laid down, that it was tantamount to, in my head, oh, you just, you know, you play people to get what you want, and then you leave them without upholding your end of the bargain, is what I heard in his language. And go fuck yourself, Josh. Like, I'm hoping that nothing turns out really bad between Kathy and Lucas. Is that his name? The mentor PI that she used to work with? Because that seems like a fruitful, symbiotic interaction where two private investigators are comparing notes, and I'm just worried that one of them is going to run out on the prize, you know, and leave the other one in the cold, because right now it seems to me like that could be extremely lucrative if they did it together and they wound up splitting it fair and square. Two different detectives at two different agencies, because that feels like how this should work in the public good, not, you know, whatever, I've made my case, and we're gonna move on here because I don't want to just spend that time. That was just a really ugly interaction between the two of them, and I was a little bit surprised that Kathy wasn't a little bit more like, go fuck yourself, Josh. Wow, wait, did we? I know what postcard. Did we look at postcard?
A postcard left by Jimmy Cochran, that strange old geezer I met at a mental institution a few years ago. He was discharged a year after we met, and for some reason, he seems to think I had something to do with it.
Outside scarf we've not looked at.
Maybe later. The red one goes better with this set. I shouldn't need to bring that. There's storage on the bike if I need it.
I know we looked at bed. I know we looked at lava lamp. Did we look at photo? I think that we did.
It's a photo I took of the West End Bridge here in the city back in the day. Teenage Kathy had one.
Yeah, artsy photographer phases. Cat clock. Coffee maker also feels a little new. Coffee maker and photo feel a little new. By the way, when we went to the cathedral, I thought that Kathy might have to come get her bike tools to help out with his repair, but he had all the tools.
I've had a cup. caffeinated and ready to go.
This is obviously of Eileen.
Eileen and me. Before Rain Investigation started going downhill. We worked great together, didn't we?
Okay, we did look at that. I remember that. I still don't feel, aside from Kathy not being able to make payroll, I'm not sure that I understand why Eileen had to be fired.
Hey, it's Lucas. I just heard back from an informant of mine. And apparently, our boy FaZe was sighted downtown this morning. You know, near the pawn shop. All right, kid, we're even.
Perfect. I gotta head there right away. Maybe the guy's still around.
Yeah, see, Lucas seems like a good dude.
Nah, I'll let her sleep in peace.
Okay. I'm gonna make sure I'm not missing anything. Oh, a new note.
Here we go again. Pattern. Stab, fall, hang, burn. Mirrors are portals. Inception occurred in 1995. T. 1995? No, it can't be. Is this all connected to what happened in Conwell Springs?
And this is the current year 1996? I know it's been up on screen multiple times. I'm bad with dates. And I don't think it's going to show the date in here. All right. Can I just look at the newspaper really quick? The most current one. No, it's underneath the thing. It's 98. Okay, I was going to say, this does not feel like 1 year after all of that went down. So no, it's 98. So he was spotted downtown. Absolutely not the guy that we encountered at Cassidy Bridge.
Hey, Corey, right?
Only Ma calls me that. It's FaZe, homegirl.
Sure thing. FaZe homegirl.
You one of those sassy-ass chicks, huh?
I've been known to mouth off on occasion. But wait a minute, you look familiar.
Huh? What are you on about? The FaZe ain't ever seen you before.
Yeah, you're that raving lunatic I electrocuted up on Constance Hill.
Damn, that was you? Oh man, my bad. I was fucked up that day. No doubt, yo.
No shit you were. You better keep your distance, buddy.
Oh, come on, I'm all good now. I just had a tiny little pick-me-up this morning. That's it, I swear.
Uh-huh. At least you're lucid enough for a fucking conversation.
You got me good, though, no joke. Look at this sick bump on my head, and I still can't feel some toes on my foot, for real.
Well, you had it coming. Look, FaZe, people have been saying that you're a guy with some useful information.
Oh, yeah, I guess the FaZe knows a thing or two. Alright then, speak.
So I thought he was a different guy, because I thought that the guy in the park was like 20 years older than this. Like, even from the back, this looks like a much younger guy, and frankly a thinner guy, but maybe he was wearing more clothing that morning. So our big thing is that we wanted to ask him about the pyre dealers. Although we could ask about himself first.
So, what's your deal, FaZe?
Me? Well, you know, just another street dog trying to get by.
Yeah? How's that going for you?
Well, fuck, not great. But I mean, could be worse. At least it's summer soon.
I see. Have you been making graffiti long?
Forever. The FaZe always loved drawing, even as a kid. Art was probably the only subject I ever passed.
Making graffiti.
I've been told you scored some pyre. Is that right?
Oh man, yes. Just once. I'd do anything to feel that high again.
Yeah? What's so special about it?
You'd have to be a junkie to understand. The FaZe has tried every psychedelic under the sun. LSD, DMT, shrooms. None of them compare to Pyre. Mind at large, pure and simple.
Mind at large? What does that mean?
That we have like a filter in our brains, keeping us from seeing what's really out there. Drugs like Pyre numb that filter, allowing us to see alternate realities, astral realms, all kinds of wild shit, yo.
Interesting. And what did Pyre make you see?
Man, most of it can't be described with words. One thing is burned into my mind, though. The eye. The eye of the universe staring back at me. I never believed in a god before, but now I ain't so sure.
How did you get Pyre in the first place? It seems hard to come by.
The Pyre dealers came to me. Makes sense, I've been a steady dope fiend for 15-something years now. Guess they went with the tried and true, huh?
Right. I've also heard rumors about some kind of interview. Is there any truth to that?
Oh yeah, those fuckers asked all sorts of questions. About my childhood, dramas, and whatnot. Wasn't no problem for me to yap about. The phase is an open book.
Curious.
What do you want to bet that this drug is made from those red flowers that Kathy Ray needed to burn at the end of the previous game? There was a whole, recap of it at the beginning.
What do you know about the soothsayer?
That crazy killer? Nothing. FaZe ain't that much of a creep.
What do you know about scrying mirrors?
Huh? The what mirrors?
Never mind. Do you know the Azure Sky Motel?
Sure, stayed there a few years back.
You heard there was a soothsayer murder there, right?
Oh shit. That was the place? Nah, I didn't know that.
Does the name Rachel Wang mean anything to you?
Nah, never heard of that chick.
Do you know who Tabitha Caldwell is?
Nope, don't know that name.
So, the Pyre dealers. It's a man and a woman, right?
Yeah, dude's a big bald guy. I'll never forget his face. Creepy motherfucker.
Creepy how?
I don't know, man. He was intense. You know, not looking at you, but through you? Like I was a thing, not a person.
What about the woman?
I just caught a quick glimpse of her. She wore a hood. Saw some pretty nasty scars, though. Something seriously fucking bad happened to that chick.
She had scars? On her face?
Yeah, on one side. Melted skin, like from burns, acid, or some shit like that.
Damn. Got any more details on this couple? You know, what they were wearing or what they looked like?
Both white people. She didn't seem too old, like your age maybe. Dressed in all black. I guess she wasn't too girly, you know. What's the word for it when you're in between?
Androgynous?
Yeah, androgynous. That's what she was.
Got it. And what about the man?
In his 40s or so. Bald head, big black eyebrows, brown eyes, and like I said, intense fucking energy. Major big bad wolf vibes coming off that dude.
All right. Thanks. What do you know about Deborah Sinclair, the latest soothsayer victim?
Look, I know nothing about no murders, Are
you familiar with the King of Kings Catholic Church?
Nope, never went in a church since Catholic school. Fuck that shit.
I don't want to ask him about that. You seem like the kind of guy who knows some tricks to get quick money, am I right?
Why, you looking for a gig?
Not quite that desperate yet. Gutsy move. Spraying graffiti like this when the shop's open and all?
That's the phase, baby. Always living on the edge.
I don't want to ask. You smoke?
Tobacco? Fuck no. That shit kills people.
That's an interesting graffiti you've got there.
Badass, isn't it? It's my tribute to Pyre, the best hit I ever had.
The eye. That's what you saw?
Yeah, the eye of the universe staring back at me.
And then is there anything we want to ask about in our inventory? Corey Faze Finnegan has no T's in it. I don't think he's leaving the notes. We show him this picture.
I don't want to show... What do you know about scrying mirrors?
Huh?
Never mind.
Okay, we asked that.
What's up with this little rainbow thing?
Oh, just an unprompted gift from this new age girl I met. Hey, have a look at this. Do you recognize any of these men?
Oh, fuck! That's him! The tall, bald guy!
You sure? The man called Vic?
200%. That's the Pyre dealer.
Well then, I guess it's time to go visit the ranger station.
Well, that's why you ask about every single thing every single time. I mean, except for a lot of these things, because, like, scissors. Hey, do you want to see my scissors? There's nothing unique about the scissors. They don't have a colored handle. There's not a mysterious stain on them. The hinge isn't a little bit loose. Hey, can you help me tighten this up? They're just scissors. The handwritten note, I'll try one.
I don't want to show that.
Right. And then the newspaper articles.
I don't want to show...
And I think that's everything. We will ask him about Ruth's lover, but there's no connection between these two ideas.
I don't want to ask him.
And that's everything.
I'll let you get back to your tag.
Peace out.
All right, I think that's everything he knows.
And just before we go, now I want to take a look at that brochure. So presumably that guy. Yeah, Rob, Vic, Chief Walker, Eduardo, and Mike. Okay. And I think we'll call it here for this part. We will see you guys again in the next one.